Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I believe we are live. I believe we are up and going. Welcome to an impromptu episode of the live chat, everyone. It is so good to see you. I was not anticipating or expecting to be going live at all today. In fact, I was in the middle of lifting weights, in the middle of working out, and then all of a sudden I decided in the middle of my workout, I look at my phone and I see Halo Infinite has been delayed to 2021. This is absolutely insane. This is crazy news, and I thought it was big enough that we needed to get a live chat going and talk about it. So thanks for everyone who's showing up for an impromptu stream. This one may be a quickest hits. We might have to go really fast today. I'm going to try and stream for, I want to go for 40 minutes or more, but I honestly have no idea. Because like I said, this news came out of nowhere, and my daughter's down napping. So when my daughter wakes up, I have to bounce. But I wanted to get into a stream. I wanted to talk about the Halo Infinite news really quick and what it all means. The way this chat works for anyone that is new, if you've never been part of the live chat before, make sure you drop your comments. Make sure you drop your questions down into chat. I'm going to hit as many as possible today. But like I said, this is going to be possibly a super speed chat. It all comes down to my daughter and how long she naps. So thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks everyone who's here. If you have Halo comments and questions, drop them to the side. And let's really quick, before we get down into the comments, before we get down into the questions, let me really quick read you the news directly from 343. So here is 343's statement. Today I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting all of us this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our teams at 343 Industries who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it is not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship it this holiday. We know this will be disappointing to many of you, and we all share that sentiment. The passion and support the community has shown over the years has been incredible and inspiring. We wanted nothing more than to play our game with the community this holiday. The extra time will let us finish the critical work necessary to deliver the most ambitious Halo game ever at the quality we know our fans expect. Thank you for understanding, Chris Lee, studio head of Halo Infinite. That's right. That is the full statement directly from 343. So there's a couple things we can break out of that. First of all, it sounds like crunch was extreme, or at least it was starting to be extreme. I noticed a key point there where they said it wasn't sustainable for the studio basically to keep going at the rate they were to ship this holiday. Sounds to me like crunch was maybe getting crazy, and then probably the reaction from the recent event just made that worse. So I think that is a definite part of what is going on here. But clearly I think the reaction to what was shown during the Xbox event has been a massive, massive contributor to this. As we all know, they showed this game just a couple weeks ago, and the reaction was primarily, I would say, negative. There were some encouraging things about it, some things that looked cool, but the overall vast sentiment seemed to be very, very negative. And I think that had a massive impact on delaying this game. I expect to actually see some significant changes now next time we see this game. There's tons of questions dropping, so I'm just going to start diving into those instead of giving you like a whole bunch of thoughts right off the bat. I'm going to really quick dive into the questions because I see tons dropping, and we already have basically 100 concurrent viewers in chat. And like I said, this may be a quick one, so I need to get rocking on these. Timmer72299 right off the bat. Hi Benji, what are your thoughts on Halo Infinite being delayed? Also the situation with Warner Brothers Games and ZeniMax. Okay, so let's talk about this first. the good part about the delay, and then we're going to go into the negative part. The good thing is I think that this was needed, to be honest with you, in terms of the quality. I had mentioned in a previous chat, someone had asked me, they said, do you think it's possible that Microsoft will delay Halo Infinite? And at the time, I said no. I said I thought it was just way too important for Series X launch, that Microsoft wouldn't be able to release a console this holiday without that flagship game next to it, considering we have really no other big exclusive games announced for launch. Like, this was the game. So at the time when someone asked that question, I had said, I was like, I said I think it would be good for the game and that it needs the game, but I thought Microsoft would not do it. I just thought there was no way that they're going to launch their next-gen console without Halo, whenever from day one, what have they been talking about? If you remember, like, even way back when, I don't remember if it was the day they announced next-gen Xbox or not. Might have been the next E3, but either way, basically ever since we had a decent idea about what the next Xbox was, they announced that Halo would launch alongside of it. There's been so much marketing, so much effort from Microsoft into this. I just thought there was no way. I was like, there's no way they're going to delay Halo, even if it needs it. But it turns out, Tim, where they are. I think this is a good thing for the game. The reception was not good. I mean, there's just no way to say it otherwise. I'm someone that has been very excited for Halo Infinite, and even I felt underwhelmed at it. I thought gameplay looked interesting. I thought the big open environments looked cool. I liked the idea of the direction that they were going, but the actual what I saw didn't live up to my expectations. And anyone that knows me knows I'm a pretty positive, pretty enthusiastic guy. So for me to have that kind of reaction, you can only imagine what the rest and much of the internet's reaction was. So, I hate to say it, but I think this is the right move for the game. I think, notice they didn't say early 2021. They didn't say anything. They just said 2021. So who knows when in 2021 this is going to drop. But I think the next time we see this game, it's going to look a lot different. Keep in mind, they had said there was going to be a ray tracing patch that was going to come out after launch. I expect that to be at launch now. They're probably going to be working hard on ray tracing and really upping the visual quality of this game. So Timur, I think in terms of quality, it's good. I think in terms of the next gen Xbox release, though, it is crazy. I am so interested to see what this is going to be like. So on one hand, it's not like there's going to be a hurting amount of content on next-gen consoles that launch from third parties, right? We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming. We have Cyberpunk coming. We have Call of Duty coming. We have, on and on and on. I could name tons of games coming from third parties that are coming this holiday. So in terms of just pure library, there's going to be a lot to play. But here's the key here. Xbox now, unless they pull something unexpected out, doesn't have a differentiator between them and PlayStation. So in terms of a game, right? Like we don't know a big AAA game, I should say. Like, we know PlayStation 5 is going to have all those games I just mentioned, and then it's also going to have Spider-Man. And then it's also, from what I'm hearing, going to have something else, which I can't say, but I'm hearing that there is another game for launch as well. So it just seems that PlayStation's gonna have something there, whereas Xbox is really gonna have to rely on third party unless they have something unexpected, unless there's just something that they've been keeping under wraps that they're gonna launch with. But Tim, I did not see this coming at all. I wouldn't say Xbox is doomed. You're going to see a lot of people saying that. You're going to see a lot of people saying, oh, what's Microsoft going to do? They're doomed now. No, I'm not going to say doomed, but what I will say is this is without question a big blow. Like, for Microsoft to make this decision and for 343 to make this decision, they really must have felt that the quality needed to be higher. Because this is a big thing to not have Halo at launch after all of this. So there must be a lot there that we haven't seen that needs work. And considering this game was going to come out in November, right? We're already mid-August. That only left, September, October, 2.5 months of work. That's just not enough. Not enough. So delaying till 2021 is going to give them, even if it's early 2021, at least another half a year, or possibly even a little bit longer, depending on where that is in 2021. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts, a little bit off of the top, but it's crazy. It's crazy, Timur. Elias saying, as always, thank you for the live chats. You're welcome. This one was completely impromptu. Sorry for no forewarning on this. I did not expect to be doing this, but I thought the news was too big to pass up. I thought we really needed to break this down. And Elias, I think I just answered your question there. You said it's a big blow for Series X launch. No more launch flagship title. How do you see this in terms of competition with launch titles versus Sony? Is Sony celebrating? The last part of that question is hard to say. Celebrating, I don't know, because it's always going to be a bummer when a game has to get delayed. And even though it is competition, I'm sure Sony and their first-party studios will look at what is likely happening at 343 in terms of insane crunch and pressure. If you notice, a key part of that statement was hinting at the crunch was just going to be way too extreme. So I'm sure that, I think we should feel a little bit of sympathy and bad for 343 here. So I don't know that they're celebrating in terms of that, but what I will say is that, wow, this does make this. There's just no way to say that it doesn't make this better for Sony. There's just literally no way to say it. I don't like the console war. Nothing that I do revolves around console wars. I talk about console sales. I talk about business, which inherently is going to bring some console war discussion among it. But there's just no way to say that this doesn't make PlayStation 5, a more attractive product if you're going for an exclusive experience at launch, unless Microsoft has something up their sleeve. I think that the Series X is still going to sell well this holiday. I think people that are hardcore Xbox fans are still going to go out and pick one up. I think, that isn't the end of the world, but I think for anyone that was on the fence potentially, yeah, this could sway them to PlayStation. It is theoretically possible. We will have to see more. We need to see price tags. We need to see launch dates. We need to see how third-party games play. Again, there is a lot of factors, but there's no doubt that in terms of Sony's position, it does make their position stronger. There's just no doubt, at least at launch. Killian, hey Benji, are you worried about the future of the Halo IP? 343 haven't done amazingly since they've been in control of it, and with the rumors about the situation at 343, it's really concerning to me. Killian, kind of. I was someone that really disliked Halo 5's campaign. I thought Halo 4's campaign actually was pretty good. I think Halo 4's campaign is a little underrated. It's a lot different than the other Halos. It's more linear, and the multiplayer I think is way worse. The online multiplayer of Halo 4, I think, is the worst in the series. I really dislike the online for Halo 4, but I thought the campaign was pretty good. Halo 5's campaign, though, I just completely did not like at all, both in terms of some of the gameplay elements and especially in terms of story. I completely disliked Halo 5's story almost in every way. So I would say I am a little worried, but to be honest, not looking at it in business, but looking at it in terms of as a Halo fan, I am encouraged that they're delaying this game, because what it says to me is that Microsoft and 343 know how important it is to get this right. So taking the extra time, yes, they need to take the extra time. This game needs to look a lot better the next time we see it. It really does. There's just no way around it. It needs to look a lot better. Sorry, I'm going to have to very selectively pick questions because, again, this chat could potentially end at any minute. I don't know. I have no idea how long I'm going to go today. All comes down to my daughter. Split End 89. Is Xbox hiding anything first party aside for launch? Split End, I think it's possible they have something up their sleeve, but not something gigantic, because we would be facing too short of a marketing cycle now. I think if it was a giant AAA game, they've already announced things like Forza and all of that, which looks like it is very far away. So I think they could have something smaller that might be ready. If you notice, Phil has said that before in the past, which who knows how they feel now, but at one point Phil was saying that they were feeling, confident about their lineup, that they were feeling good about what they had at launch. Split End, I think they might have something, but nothing clearly as big as Halo. So what that's going to be, who knows? We know that there's going to be patches and stuff coming in for like Gears 5 and Sea of Thieves and things like this. But yeah, I would say they might have something, but I wouldn't expect anything crazy. We have a super chat dropping. Thank you so much. Let me hit this super chat really quick. Forzathon with the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Forzathon, saying 100 plus viewers. Yes, thank you. We're at 141 concurrent viewers right now. Thank you. Following the reveal of Xbox Series X, the marketing, the branding, and the shows have underwhelmed. At this point, do you think Xbox is mismanaged? Interesting question here from Forzathon. Here's what I'll say. I don't know that I would say that they're mismanaged in terms of Xbox as a brand, but what I will say, Forzathon, is they have failed to live up to the momentum that they had coming out of the Game Awards. If you remember back at the Game Awards, Microsoft felt like in a really good place, like really good. At the beginning of this year, we saw unexpectedly the way the console looked before Sony showed the PlayStation 5. We saw Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 looked fantastic, I think. That was like a really strong first look at a next-gen game. I feel like Microsoft was riding really high momentum at the beginning of this year. In fact, I remember I had sent out a tweet about it. I don't remember the exact month, but it was early on in the year, and I was like, "Hey, man, Microsoft's really nailing it. They're really doing good. Their messaging is on point." Remember how like often they were communicating and Sony was silent? But man, has that changed. That has changed dramatically. I don't think it's a mismanaged thing. I just don't know. They haven't capitalized the way I thought they were going to, and this announcement is just another big blow. So that's kind of my thoughts there, Forzathon. I can't say something as big as that it's like a complete mismanagement, because I don't have near enough info about what's going on over there. So I don't think so, but for Xbox as a whole, but they have not capitalized on the momentum that they could have at the beginning of the year. All right, I'm scrolling back up. Ooh, here's an interesting one from Teddy Morton. Thinking Microsoft is kicking themselves for not bidding higher on some third-party exclusive deals. Any chance they go back and try to lock something big up? That's a very good question there, Teddy. Because, yeah, it would be really nice right now to have some third-party exclusives for launch, considering it looks like now that Halo's out of the window to 2021, that they don't have much exclusive there at launch except for updating like their service-based titles. Like I said, Sea of Thieves is going to have an update. They've already confirmed. Forza Horizon 4 is going to get a next-gen update. Gears 5 is going to get a next-gen update. So, yeah, it would be very nice, right, if they had a third-party locked-in exclusive available at launch. But here's the thing, they couldn't have known, right? If you go back, probably, you got to think, you make your decisions for launch quite a ways out in terms of like planning. Microsoft's been planning how they're going to tackle this really since last year in terms of, and potentially even longer than that, but I would say they probably started finalizing ideas around what launch was going to look like up to a year ago. So who knows? They couldn't have probably anticipated that Halo Infinite was going to get a delay like this. They probably thought Halo by itself was a big enough brand, big enough IP to really carry the Xbox. So yeah, hindsight is always 2020, as they say, and I'm sure now Microsoft wishes that they had like a strong third-party deal locked in. If you remember stuff like in the past, like how they had Rise, Son of Rome, which was an exclusive. Remember, they had Sunset Overdrive that was an exclusive. They had these like third-party deals that it seems like they're doing less of now. It would have been nice to have one of those, but I just think Microsoft did not anticipate this. We got another super chat dropping. Let me hit that super chat really quick. Ooh, we have two super chats. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the super chats. We have a super chat here from Sanu.com. Xbox Series X 900,000 versus Road to PS5 16 million views. It's over. In terms of which is going to sell better, it was always going to be PlayStation 5. Anyone that follows me know I have always said that. There's just, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Globally, there's just no way. But I think Microsoft knows that as well. And that's why Microsoft has been kind of changing and positioning the company around not just hardware. It's why you have things such as xCloud, which is now about to enter open beta, or not even beta, just open access for Game Pass members. It's why Game Pass is becoming such a big thing for them. Microsoft knows, I think, global hardware sales. You know, US is a bit of a different story. A lot of people don't realize how close even right now Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are. They're actually the smallest gap ever in the history of PlayStation and Xbox next to each other. Smallest gap there's ever been in this generation in the United States. But globally, yeah, there's just no way. Sony's too big in Europe, too big in Japan in comparison to Xbox. And yeah, it's not going to happen. But I think Microsoft knows that, and that's why they've been kind of changing and pivoting their strategy. Another super chat here from Sampo. Thank you so much, Sampo. Thoughts on other first-party studios working on Halo for Xbox? Zihue, I think that's how you pronounce it. Mentioned on Twitter, is the game just broken / unshippable right now and needs delay? So I didn't see what Daniel posted, but I know one rumor that's been going around Sampo is that Turn 10 has been helping on Halo Infinite. That is one that has been floating out there. I can't tell you for sure if that's true or not, but I know that Turn 10, there has been some rumors that they've been assisting on Halo in some way, shape, or form. We know that there's another studio that was just recently revealed. I can't remember which one. But yeah, Sampo, I think something's definitely going on really bad with Halo Infinite. I think maybe this engine might not have been the best choice. You know, you look, they just announced, a couple years ago, they were making a brand new engine, the Slip Space engine, I think it's called, or Slipstream engine, one of the two, that they were going to build the next Halo on. The original reveal, I'm telling you, anyone that hasn't seen it recently, go back and watch that original Halo Infinite engine demo and look at the newest showing of Halo that we just saw at the Xbox showcase. It's a night and day difference. They just don't look anything alike. Now, a lot of stuff happens in development, right? Target renders rarely look as good as the final game. I think we've all gotten kind of used to that. You look at so many target renders and they're just not the same as the final game. But I think something's going on with the engine, Sampo. That is my guess. My guess is the engine is just not where it needs to be. Maybe they should have went Unreal Engine. We've seen Unreal Engine have so much success in open world games too. You've seen games like Days Gone built on it, and all kinds of games have gotten built on Unreal Engine. Sampo, I'm wondering, I'm wondering if it would have been a better idea instead of just building a brand new engine for Halo, which costs all this money, if they should have just went Unreal Engine on it. Because that's my guess. This is just a theory, but my guess is that the engine might be a bit of the issue. And then we have 2 more super chats. Let me hit these super chats. Thank you so much for the super chats, everyone. Thank you so much. Shakulud 1989. Your thoughts about possible Series S delay to 2021 and Halo being a Series S launch title? This is an interesting question. So we know we're going to get Series S news here pretty soon, right? The controller leaked. Anyone that saw that said Series S, we finally have a confirmation on it, right? Like, we all theorized that the Xbox Lockhart was going to be called Series S. We all kind of had that vibe, but it was not an official thing. That was never officially confirmed until now. It is indeed called Series S. That is Lockhart, the cheaper, less powerful version of the next-gen Xbox. It's a good question, Shakulud. I hope I'm saying your name right. They could do that. We know one rumor that was floating around was the original plan was that Series X was going to launch first, and then Series S was going to launch later. They were going to kind of stagger the launches. I believe that came out of The Verge or Windows Central. One of these places did this rumor, and it was from a pretty reliable place. And then they said, you know, COVID and everything happened and Series X got delayed. It's a good question. It's possible that Series S comes next year. They still just do Series X this year and launch Halo next to the Series S. It's an interesting theory. For now, though, I'm going to say Series S still comes out this year alongside the X. And I'm sure that their goal is to get Halo out as early as in 2021 as possible. But I think they didn't want to put a date on it because they already are having to delay this game. And I think they don't exactly know when it's going to come out. And how bad would it be if Microsoft came out and said, instead of November 2020, we're going to come out March 2021, and then they missed that date as well. That would be like really, really bad. So I think that's why there's just a generic 2021 on there. And then Timur with the last super chat saying audio issues. Oh, it could be. Dang, the mic is messed up. Sorry. Can anyone hear me? Curses. This is a bummer. Oh, man. I'm having issues with my Yeti mic. Dang. Let me check something. One sec. Let me see. Can you hear me? What's it sound like? Let me know what it sounds like. If it still sounds like I'm drunk, I'm sorry. It's a loose cable bug. Can you hear me? Do I still sound drunk? I promise you I'm not drunk on stream. Let me know if you can hear me. It's fine. Okay, fixed. Awesome. Thanks for this. Thank you, everyone. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right, it looks like the cable's messed up. Still weird. Broke again. All right. Maybe if I hold the cable. Still sound buff. Dang. Okay. You know what? We might have to call the chat and do another one tomorrow. I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay. We were setting a record from most people in chat. But I super deep. All right, everyone. You know what? I think we're just going to call this chat and resume it tomorrow. I might have to get a new cable. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry for the audio issues. All right, I'm gonna decide to call the chat. I apologize, everyone. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let's do it again tomorrow. That's the effect of lifting weights before the chat. I wish. Okay, all right. I'm gonna call the chat. Let's shoot for 1 p.m. tomorrow my time, which would be 1 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Let's shoot for that. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm really, really sorry. I wish I could keep going. But I'm going to call the chat. I'm going to do one tomorrow at 1 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So we'll resume this then. I'll get a new cable so that we can fix this issue, and I will see you then. Okay, everyone? I'm really sorry. Really, really sorry. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber so you get the notification to be here tomorrow. I would say like the video, but I ruined it with my equipment failure. So thanks, everyone. I'm going to call the stream. We'll talk more about Halo tomorrow. Apologies. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. 1 p.m. U.S. Central Time. If you don't know that time zone, type it in and you can find it. All right.